This is not just another broadcast. This is Frozen Apex TV, where racing is treated like the elite competition it is, where preparation meets pressure, and where nothing that matters goes unseen. We understand the sport because we understand the drivers, the commitment it takes to be here, the discipline behind every lap, the difference between sending it hard and sending it home. That's why we don't just follow the race, we break it down, corner by corner, battle by battle, from every angle that tells the real story on the track. While others catch the moment, we capture the meaning behind it. The dive bombs that change championships, the defensive lines that define careers, the split-second decisions made at 200 miles an hour. This is coverage built for leagues that demand credibility, for drivers who expect professionalism, and for competition that deserves respect. No missed action, no wasted shots, just pure, uninterrupted racing, delivered with precision. Freeze the moment, own the apex. Welcome to Frozen Apex TV. And welcome to Iowa Speedway. We got a hell of a race tonight. We've got guys trying to get into the playoffs, guys trying to hold their spot in the playoffs. This should be a lot of fun. Here is tonight's track, Week 18 Iowa Speedway regular season points finale. Iowa Speedway, located in Newton, Iowa, is one of the most exciting short tracks in American motorsports. Opened in 2006, this 7th 8th mile tri-oval was designed with input from NASCAR champion Rusty Wallace and delivers the perfect blend of short track intensity and intermediate speed. With progressive braking on the corners and multiple racing grooves, Iowa creates side-by-side battles and nonstop action from the drop of the green flag. Over the years, it's become a fan favorite for its close finishes, electric atmosphere, and some of the most competitive racing on the schedule. Get ready for high-speed thrills and short-track drama tonight at Iowa Speedway. Looking like we got a warmer track, 97 degrees. Doesn't look too windy, 11 miles an hour. Looking like it's going to be a pretty nice night for racing. And as you can see, we've already got some qualifying out there. As Adam Beasley was on pole, now it looks like John Santoro takes that over. Dwayne Young, Stefan Ardell, Jeremiah Growell. Adam Beasley gets shuffled down to now 6th as Tyler Yates moves up into 4th. We got a lot of shuffling here. Let's let them settle down a little bit, and let's discuss point implications. Here's a little cutaway. Shout out to Tommy Spencer of the Cup Series for putting this together. Let me slide it over just so you can see your favorite driver and where they are qualifying at. But you got a few clinched drivers. Your top 8 is clinched. So Matt Sisler, Russell Windsor, Devin Mayfield, Devin McIntosh, Jackson Fanistock, Adam Beasley, and Cal Deese and Evan Clapper are locked into the playoffs no matter how their race pans out tonight. And you've got a lot of guys in a can clinch situation. David McCulloch, Jeffrey Yates, Niles Davis, Alex Duchesne, Dylan Harris, Stefan Ardell, Johnny Bobby Brown, and Austin Wright are currently on the playoff bubble and kind of want to maintain that position, as Kyle Owen Foster and Andrew Nagy are going to be coming like hell trying to take over that sacred 16th position to get into the playoffs. So here is what this is. I'm going to actually leave this up a lot of the night just so you can follow along with where people are on the track at home. I'll have it small and down in the corner, and if you need it a little bigger, just let me know in chat. So it looks like we are wrapping up qualifying here. Looking like Matt Sisler and John Santoro are going to be putting it on the pole. John Santoro, 100th of a second off the lead there. So this should be a pretty close race. So let me know at home if that's large enough for you guys to read the names. I might add a little transparency to it as well. All right, let me know how that looks for you guys at home, if that's clear enough. Actually, that's a lot of clear, because I just green screened it by mistake. That's funny. Bear with me. We're just letting qualifying wrap up here. A couple guys left. Dan Rybarczyk and Evan Clapper looking like they're still trying to find their way out onto the track here. Oh, might be wrapping up now. And it is. All right, I guess we'll just leave it how it is. I don't think it's too bad. That's not a bad idea. Yeah, that's a good idea. I think maybe we'll just bring it up. If you're assuming that there's going to be cautions, that is. You think that this short track's going to have some cautions tonight? All right, so heat race number 1, getting ready to go. Let's take a look at your starting grid. On the pole, Blake McClung outside, Niles Davis, Alan Steigerwalt going to be 3rd, Devin Mayfield 4th, Josh Norton 5th, Tyler Yates firing off in 6th, Jeremiah Growell 7th, Adam Beasley 8th, Russell Windsor 9th, Joshua Dempsey is 10th, Zane Woods 11th, and Austin Wright is 12th. Ty Weems going to fire off 13th, Nathan Swafford 14th, Dakota Sidris 15th, Andrew Nagy 16th, and Dan Rybarczyk going to be in the 17th position. So we're looking to have some very solid, very good, clean racing here. I think East could drag race 100 feet and have a caution. Brother, you're not wrong. Not wrong at all. So bear with me. I try not to do this, but I do have to load something up really quick. Disregard, it's already loaded. All right. So we should be all set. We should be good to go. Once these drivers get ready. How many total drivers we got tonight? I can't see that at the moment. Well, actually, yes, I can. No, I can't. I think it said 31. I think there's 31 total. But on my live timing screen, it does not. It doesn't show it for me currently. Everyone's coming on out. And is anyone going home? I don't think so. I don't think we'll have anyone going home. But in this heat, we've got Andrew Nagy, Austin Wright are going to be starting near each other. Nagy, you can see in the tail in that number 6 position here. Or, sorry, in the number 6 car there. Austin Wright in that number 2. 2 cars ahead of him there. So here we go. Pace car is in. Blake McClung going to fire us off here at Iowa. Oh, never mind. No, pace car is not in. They're taking another lap. Taking another lap. I didn't see the pace car. I thought he pulled her in. So, who else? Let's take a peek here. Niles Davis, is he in this one? He is not as well. Wow, we don't have a lot of playoff contenders in this one. So pretty much Austin Wright is in right now. Andrew Nagy is not. So got to keep an eye on that as we are green for heat number 1 at Iowa. Blake McClung, Niles Davis fire us off. Blake chooses that kind of middle lane. Trying to widen out his turn a little bit. And it seems like he gets a pretty solid launch there. And shows the guys the pace of the field. Tyler Yates way up top there. Trying to find, I don't know if he got shuffled up that high or trying to make a line to get some speed coming down the front stretch here. Looks like he maintains it, so pretty good. Maybe a little push in that car. Back up front, Andrew Nagy still leading it. Niles Davis on his tail. Reminder to those at home, there are no cautions, so when and if the wrecks start happening, get your junk off the track. Pretty single file here. How are we looking towards the back? Side by side, Nathan Swafford and Austin Wright believe teammates there. And Rybarchuk and Zane Woods. Zane sporting the Frozen Apex TV car. Beautiful looking ride for the Aces and Eights Motorsports driver in the 87. Doughboy Cinematography down the back of that. Getting a little bit of screen time because he's supporting the screen that he's on. Up here, Jeremiah Growl. Devin Mayfield might be trying to make a move here on Alan Steigerwalt. Devin is locked in, and Steigerwalt is not in playoff contention, I believe. Correct, yes. He'd be 44th in points right now. I believe he started the season late. So... Not saying that a heat race has a playoff implication at all. I'm just stating that you want to have a good starting spot, especially if you want to make it to the postseason. So some decent side-by-side racing between the 28, the 72. Devin Mayfield, Alan Steigerwalt, both pretty solid drivers. Both of them usually finding their way towards the front here. But it's going to be the number 25 of Blake McClung picking up heat race #1 win. Niles Davis, then Alan Steigerwalt, Devin Mayfield, Jeremiah Growl, Joshua Norton, Tyler Yates, Russell Windsor, Adam Beasley, and Ty Weems are going to be your top 10. Dan Rybarchuk, Zane Woods, Nathan Swafford, Austin Wright, Andrew Nagy, Dakota Sidris, and Josh Dempsey are going to round out the rest of the field. Here we go into heat race #2. They are just starting to grid. On the pole, we've got Dwayne Young. Thought Devin was going to left him. We got Dwayne Young on the pole. Jackson Fanistock starting just outside of him. Then we got Dylan Harris and James Lambert making up row #2. Caden Cook and David McCulloch, row #3. Stefan Ardell, Alex Duchesne, row 4. Cal Deese, Kyle Owen Foster, row 5. Johnny Brown, Devin McIntosh, rounded in row #6. Row 7, Milo Novitz and Jonathan Robertson. And 15th is going to go to Austin Penrod, and 16th is going to go to Evan Clapper, with Stefan Ardell not firing. Oh, he might be doing some admin work. He is our admin for this, so not sure what's up with that, but hope everything's doing all right for him. Here we are watching the Kettering University number 05 of Dwayne Young. Currently starting on the pole, Jackson Fanistock on the outside. I'm trying to get some heat in them tires, get the scuffs going. Who you guys got at home? Who you picking up for heat race number 2 win? A lot of talent up front here. Let's see here. David McCulloch, just back a little ways. He is looking to make the chase. He's in probably the best spot you can be in without clinching. He's the first car out of a clinched position. Then we've got, let's see. I'm not seeing Jeff Yates. Niles Davis. Not showing him either. Alex Duchesne right here in the 37. Sharp looking ride for sure. I'm not sure. Are we going green this time by? It looks like we are. Going to be green for Dwayne Young and Jackson Fanistock. Looking like Stefan Ardell is going to be a scratch on this one, which is something because he is in a playoff spot as well. So hope everything's going good for him. But Dwayne Young gets a good launch here. Showing everyone the way into turns 3 and 4 right now. Making his way out. He's going to be scored your race leader. Ooh, Evan Clapper with a push. Was that Clapper? No, that was, sorry, Caden Cook. Evan Clapper's a little further back. I believe they are running the same paint scheme. Just one is the 55 and the other one is the 7. McCulloch, a little bit of a wall touch there. That's going to scrub some speed. Hopefully doesn't open the door for anyone behind him. As it looks like Alex Duchesne is trying to make a move around the outside. Doesn't make it stick. Tries to put his nose possibly to the inside, but did not have the run on the number 9 machine. Oh, we got a wreck happening in the back here. It looks like Austin Penrod went around. Up front, looks like Jackson got a little bit out of shape there, letting the 24 of Dylan Harris get underneath him on the corner exit. So we got 4 to go this time by. Stefan Ardell has made it out on the track. Looking to be a lap down here, but he is out there. Back up front. Kettering University driver, Dwayne Young. Ooh, Penrod a little slow on the outside there. Trying to give some room to the leaders, staying to the top. Broke out in that little group. Now you got a battle of McCulloch and Duchesne, Cal Deese and James Lambert. Ooh, we got another one going around. I believe that was Austin Penrod. Again, having some trouble with that turn 4 exit. Definitely, if you don't set yourself up on entry, that turn gets a little weird coming on exit. Car gets very, very loose in a hurry. Sometimes it wants to push to the wall if you just miss your entry. Sometimes it wants to send you around if you kind of come in with a little too much speed. Kind of a tricky corner. I know Dylan Johnson in chat has a memorable moment with that turn. But it looks like it's going to be Dwayne Young coming out of turn 2. Jackson trying to make it for P2. I don't think he got past Dylan Harris. So it's going to be Dwayne Young, Dylan Harris, Jackson Fanistock for 3rd. Caden Cook, David McCulloch, Alex Duchesne, James Lambert, Johnny Bobby Brown, Devin McIntosh, Evan Clapper, Kyle Owen Foster, Cal Deese, Stefan Ardell, Milo Novitz, Jonathan Robertson, and Austin Penrod, I believe, was tail. So here we go for the warm-up. Let's see if we can find someone to interview. See if we can grab Kyle Foster. Kyle, it's Fred up in the booth. You got a copy on me?
Sure.
Hey, so we wanted to pull you in during warm-ups, get a quick interview with you. You're one spot out of the cut coming into Iowa. What's the game plan? What's the mental game tonight?
I mean, really, the biggest thing for me is I just have to make sure I don't make any dumb mistakes, right? There's a couple of guys in front of me that there's a chance that they could fall out of the playoffs and I could grab that spot. So I just have to make sure I put myself in position to grab that spot if that opportunity does come to me. So, I mean, really, that's just what I'm going for. Try not to make any huge mistakes out there.
Yeah, and that's going to be a lot of it. I mean, I'm sure, well, obviously, you're out there. It's a very kind of, not a technical track, but not necessarily the easiest track we run on. And we already saw in some of the heat races some guys get real loose, get real tight, spin themselves out, making kind of the simple but dumb mistakes that you got to avoid. And it's just got to be a consistent run all night, and I think staying alive is going to be kind of the trick to making ground here. Do you agree with that?
I mean, yeah, for sure. I ran a practice race with a couple of these guys earlier this week. You could definitely tell how loose everybody was getting out of 4. I just had somebody get loose in front of me in 4 in the practice race. So that's definitely going to be the biggest test on the track, is just how aware I can be.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
When I'm in that part of the track.
Right. So, yeah, is there anyone you wanted to shout out, thank, or
I guess I'll shout out my teammates Alex and Stefan. Both great drivers, and I hope they have a strong performance out here as well. They are both in better shape to lock into the chase than I am, so if I can't make it here, I'll be rooting for them the rest of the way.
Yeah, absolutely. I wanted to personally wish you luck. I think it's going to be a fun time. I think you got a good shot as long as you can keep your nose clean. So go out there, put on a hell of a show for the fans at home, and maybe we'll be interviewing you later if you sneak it in.
All right, yeah, thank you.
So, all right, brother, good luck. I'm going to send you back down to your Titan Motorsports teammates. All right, Kyle Owen Foster. Who do you wreck to get there? Was Austin, were you last? I was trying to read it and then it cut away. For the heat, maybe it wasn't. I don't know. Someone was looping it around and I thought it might have been you. Lil Hooper, is it Steigerwalt? Sty with an heavier on the I. I was telling your teammate about that, Matt, and around me we have 2 families with the same last name as you. One is Steigerwalt and the other is Steigerwalt, and it's spelled the exact same. It's just off pronunciation. It's like that. So it's Steigerwalt. Heavier on the I, less on the E. I'll remember that. The one, yours is easy. Now that you mentioned that, I can do that. The tough one is Dan, and he's come on. Steigerwalt. Okay, Steigerwalt, something like that. Okay. Try to do that. Dan is Rebarchuk. I believe that's how you say it, and I am still debating on how you say it. And he has come in here 1-to-1 with me to say how you say his last name. So, Steigerwalt. All right. Try to get that better for you. Yeah. Good luck tonight, dude. I'll be sure to call Steph Steven. But here we go. We've got the starting grid getting ready. Don't even want to try to pronounce Dan's last name, honestly. So here is tonight's starting grid for the show. On the pole, we've got Matt Sisler, and to his outside, we've got John Santoro. Starting in P3, we've got Blake McClung and Dwayne Young in 4th. Niles Davis in 5th. Dylan Harris in 6th. Alan Steigerwalt in 7th. Jackson Fanistock in 8th. Devin Mayfield 9th. And Caden Cook in 10th. Jeremiah Growell starting 11th. David McCulloch starting 12th. 13th going to go to Josh Norton. 14th to Alex Duchesne. 15th, Tyler Yates. 16th, James Lambert. Russell Windsor is 17th. Johnny Brown is 18th. Adam Beasley, 19th. Devin McIntosh is 20th. 21st goes to Ty Weems. 22nd, Evan Clapper. Dan Rybarchuk is 23rd. Kyle Owen Foster, 24th. 25th, going to go to Zane Woods. 26th, Cal Deese. 27th, Nathan Swafford. 28th, Stefan Ardell. 29th, Austin Wright. 30th, Milo Novitz. 31st, Andrew Nagy. 32nd is Jonathan Robertson. 33rd, Dakota Sidrus. 34th, Austin Penrod. And 35th is going to round out with Joshua Dempsey. I'm up front, so hopefully I'm still there. Yeah, man, for sure, for sure. We hope you are too. So who you guys in chat? Who you gotten? Who you gotten? Yeah, who you gotten? Let's gonna throw up a poll here. What do you guys think's gonna win for manufacturer? Chevy, Ford, or Toyota? Who do you guys think's gonna take it? So like we were saying, Kyle Foster is 11 points behind Austin Wright. Andrew Nagy is 25, I think that says. Possibly. I have to blow that up a little bigger. Johnny Brown, 58 ahead. Stefan Ardell, 93 ahead. Dylan Harris, 116 ahead. So they're not clinched, but I believe there's a lot of stipulation on what could happen. We'll get into that while we're racing. Being I'm mathematically eliminated, I will be a driver with nothing to lose. There you go. Drive it to the front and win it. Make them wish they had you in the playoffs. I do believe we're going to have an extra minute on the gridding sequence that we're chilling in right now, just because there are a lot of EOLs to issue out. There's a lot of people that have some penalties that they're serving through, so we're just allowing the admins, which are also drivers, to kind of sort through all of the penalties to be issued. So each week we call the starting grid as they line up in the pits like we just did, but that is always subject to change, as that's how they qualified, because the software doesn't know who has an end-of-line penalty. So give me 1 second here. I can tell you who has them. So tonight, the 06 end of line, the 08 end of line, number 5 end of line, number 6 has a drive-through. Number 19 end of line and a drive-through. 26 end of line, 29 end of line, 37 drive-through, which is unserved from a prior week. 45 end of line, 54 end of line, 73 end of line, and 88 has a drive-through. Some of those drivers might not be here. I'm just reading it off the list. So our poor admin team, which I'm a part of, but the guys that are actually out there racing tonight had to set that all up. So that always takes a minute to do. We're just watching all these beautiful cars finally get it out of the pits here, as we're about to get ready to go green here at Iowa Speedway. Looking at your pole sitters, we've got Matt Sisler, John Santoro. John Santoro looks like he's playing homage to maybe some Ricky Bobby action here on the outside. Love to see that. Matt Sisler on the inside. We didn't get to talk about these guys in heats because they're the 2 fastest qualifiers, meaning they're going to start on the pole. Kind of no matter what. They can skip the line. They don't have to play in the heat race. Next up, Blake McClung. Going to start next to Dwayne Young in P2. There should be a good battle there. We've got Niles Davis and I believe Dylan Harris should be there as well. Yep, they're in the 24. And then you've got Alan Steigerwalt and Jackson Fanistock in the 61 Little Caesars. Devin Mayfield, Caden Cook. Going to be your row 5. So a lot at stake for playoff implications. I really wanted to, and it was very difficult for me to learn how to get it coded properly, to get the live standings to be able to shift while they're on the track. That's kind of half possible, half not, so we weren't able to make that happen this week. But anywho, Matt Sisler, John Santoro, gonna lead us to green, and we are racing at Iowa Speedway. 150 to go. Matt Sisler dives are on the inside, and we are almost 3 wide just behind him here. Ooh, looks like Jackson kind of brushing the wall there in that 61. Scrubbing a little speed. Hopefully everyone stays settled here for the first couple laps. Get some space, get some stuff going. We don't want anything huge with a lot of playoff stuff on the line. You'd hate to see the big one happen this early and junk some guys out, but can we really be surprised? Jeff Yates running with Evan Clapper here. Ty Weems in the 44 was just saying in chat, he's mathematically eliminated from playoffs, so he's just racing for a win tonight. Points don't matter. Just drive it to the front. Back to the front we go. Matt Sisler leading us into lap 4 here. I believe Josh Norton is serving his drive-through penalty, possibly. It says he entered the pits. Here we are, and I'll call him out. Our buddy Steven Ardell, last week's race winner at Rockingham. I believe that was his first race win last week. I'm not sure. I'd be interested if the yellow comes out to pull him into the booth as he is on a bubble spot to see what happened with that heat race and why he wasn't able to make it out there on the lead lap. Could be administration duties. I'm not 100% sure, but we hope he's able to keep her clean and keep her going forward, as he's also in he's not locked in. He's in the playoffs at the moment, but he's not locked into the playoffs. So hopefully he can keep it moving in the right direction and get himself locked in tonight, as he's racing next to Russell Windsor here, who's currently second in points overall. He's locked in that Beaver Motorsports number 20. Fun little pack racing back here. Milo Novitz gets turned, collects Alex Duchesne on the bottom, and the yellow is going to come out. We just happened to look back there and happened to see this. Let's take a look, see if we can figure out what happened here. Looked like he might have had a little help with that one. Let's take a peek. It's either on corner exit here. He's on out. Oh, moves up. I wouldn't say he got help there. He did move up the track, and then on corner entry, looks like they might have just met in the middle, and Alex Duchesne was just kind of a casualty of the cause. He had nothing to do with it. It looks like he slid up high in front of Dakota Sidrus. A little bit of contact, getting ready to enter the corner, and around goes Milo. Took a little shot to that left rear. And that Spirit Aviation Bose Top Hawk 37 gets collected. The all-time low, number 26 of Milo, sits sideways. And we're going to see, looks like he's pulling it into the pits. Hopefully not a lot of damage here. But now, what do you guys at home think? I got a feeling we're going to see some aggression pop off. They were pretty good on the start here. Almost 10 laps in. Everyone's got some laps. They all got some heat in the tires. I think we're going to fire them off and probably see some aggressive moves that hopefully doesn't ruin some races, but you never know. You never know how it's going to go. So Alex Duchesne, that was collected in that, is currently sitting 12th in points. Definitely not looking to have that happen again. He's currently marked a lap down, so he wants to try to get his lap back. He's got to get back on that lead lap, and he's got to try to maintain that position. He automatically clinches with 22nd or better finish, or if Kyle Foster finishes 15th or lower, and Andrew Nagy finishes 12th or lower. Otherwise, needs to finish no more than 26 positions behind Kyle and no more than 30 positions behind Andrew. It's very confusing. I have all the statistics of who can clinch and how they can do it. Again, thank you, Tommy Spencer, for putting that list together. As we are going to go 2 for 2, get him ready. So, for those at home rooting for Alex Duchesne, he needs to be 22nd or better is the easiest one. And then with some help, he needs Kyle Foster 15th or worse and Andrew Nagy 12th or worse. Currently, Kyle Foster is 22nd and Andrew Nagy is 33rd. So right now, he's locked. He's locked right now with how both of the other drivers are doing. So we've got a kind of a notebook over here with how everything is going on. And, you know, we want to see all the drivers make it, but only 16 can. So looking like the beautiful Iowa sunset, Matt Sisler, Blake McClung driving us into the darkness here as we're going to go green. Take number 2, lap 12. Let's see how this one pans out. Matt Sisler with a hell of a jump there. It's a good launch, runs her right out front. As Niles Davis is going to take over that second place position. Good run on the outside. Got around Blake McClung in the 25. John Santoro, Dwayne Young running side by side. Dwayne's going to get that picture. Now you got John and Devin Mayfield. John takes over that, closes the door on Mayfield, who's now running with Steigerwalt. Ooh, a couple cars in the wall. One of them, Jeremiah Growell, in that 82 machine. Milo Novitz, who was part of that first yellow, back in the pits, hoping everything's okay with his car. Jeremiah Growell, Caden Cook, going back through. 82 just looks a little bit loose on the bottom. Back of that car, and the last 2 turns looked like it wanted to come around a little bit. Back in 12th, we've got David McCulloch. Number 9 machine, Pro Spill. He's running with Evan Clapper just behind him. Jackson Fanistock right in front of him. Back up front is Matt Sisler leading the way here. Here's 4 drivers, I think. I'm trying to read through the basically that list to figure all of our scenarios out. And it looks like we've got Austin Wright, Kyle Foster, Alex Duchesne. Austin and Duchesne are both currently in the lock. Kyle Foster trying to race his way in. Kyle's who we interviewed earlier in that 17 position. Penrod in the 31. Austin Wright in the number 2. Seems to be running a pretty solid run here. He's currently back in 28th, a little bit off pace, but running some clean laps. Like we were telling Kyle Foster, half of this race is going to be just staying alive, so that's what we want to see, is cars staying alive. We'd love to have some green flag pit stops, which I think once everything kind of gets sorted, which hopefully it's getting close now, a lot of this is single file racing, unless you're trying to make a pass. It's not really the easiest track to pass on, as a lot of it's kind of dive bombing underneath somebody. But I guess you show them you're there. I'd have to muscle your way through. So currently, Matt Sisler, Niles Davis, about 0.3 of a second, just off pace. Dwayne Young, Blake McClung racing was side by side. Dwayne looked a little loose on exit there. Nothing too terrible. Devin Mayfield just behind him, trying to see if he can get past that number 5 to move into the 4th place position. Looks like Devin might have a run. Dwayne touches the wall. Side by side on turn 1. Devin has the line. Can he close the door on exit? Maybe a little contact, little bump, little tire rub. Putting them black marks on the door. It's good hard side by side. Keeping it mostly clean. It's short track. We expect some paint trading. Dwayne's going to hold. A driver that's been finding some recent success towards the front, Evan Clapper here in the number 7 machine. Tyler Yates a little bit out of shape on the top there. Back is Zane Woods. Shout out to the Frozen Apex TV car. He's running in 20th position right now. Oh, we got a wreck in front of him. Maybe they're able to keep it together. Wow, that was sketchy. Looks like that sorted itself out. Maybe. Let's get a little replay of what just happened back there. Oh, and we might have a yellow. 1 second. I'm not entirely sure. Yeah, contact with Ty Weems. Interesting. It says Caden Cook crashed. Not showing a yellow yet. Caden Cook here in the 55, brushing on the wall. Coming into corner entry. Oh, and a stack up. Oh, around they go. I'm going to assume that that was a yellow. I believe we should be under yellow. Caden Cook looped her around. Couple others part of that. Let's cut live real quick. As looks like we are green, but looks like Jackson and maybe Jeremiah Growell could have come together as well during all of that. 61, the 82, Jackson throwing her in, 82 on the outside, little tire touch, nothing crazy there. Oh, and they both try to go for the same piece of real estate, and the only real estate they're getting looks like they're mowing the lawn. But for Jeremiah Growell, that was a hard hit to that pit wall. Let's get a double look here. They make contact going for the same spot. Both of them slide through the infield and hard impact on that number 82 machine. Ugh. Definitely don't love to see that. And it looks like even though we had a couple cars go around and some go through the infield, Race Control is keeping it green. Again, we use the iRacing race control unless something absolutely catastrophic happens, which might be blocking the racing lane, but being both of those wrecks we just watched seem to have kept it out of the racing lane. Matt Sisler's still leading it under green, bringing it to lap 36. So regarding the wreck with Jackson and Jeremiah, Jackson is already clinched in. Jeremiah is already statistically eliminated. So neither of those were for any sort of playoff position, as whether they finish the race or not, they are either in or out. Looks like Johnny Brown might have went off track here. See what that's all about. He's, got a little upsetty spaghetti. Sliding her through the infield. Maybe a disconnect there a little bit. Oh, and he back. All right. Hopefully nothing going on with his computer or something that might have caused that. Looked like that car just got loose out of 4. Sometimes these cars in this track, you can be on that outside and you'll be completely out of 4 and that car will still want to walk around coming down the front stretch. As the yellow flag has come out for the second time today. As it looks like Ty Weems may have went around. Let's take a look at this. The driver of that number 44 machine. with Milo Novitz. David McCulloch is there as well. Lambert on the bottom. Ooh, looking like the 44 and the 26 come together. Does that spark it off? It looks like it definitely does. Ty Weems hard into the outside wall. Oof, that's not what you want to be seeing. Terrifying location to be Cal Deese right there. Cal comes down. Good accident avoidance. Good one for Zane Woods as the driver of that 44. I don't think that's a meatball, but definitely not looking good for the 44. Not where you want to be. Is able to keep it walking. I guess the nose is still on the car. He might be all right. He hit it hard, but he hit it square. Doesn't immediately pull it into the pits. Hopefully the steering and everything's all right on that. Is Matt Sisler going to lead us down to pit lane? Driver's getting some fuel, getting some fresh rubber put on the cars. Getting ready for round 3. And as we're pacing, it says Jackson may have crashed. This could be just his speed. Jackson Fanistock. There's a threshold for speed, so if he went too slow, yeah, that's what it looks like. He went slow enough to allow everyone to pass by. Okay, no big deal. Yeah, sometimes when it's under yellow, it's a little weird when it says that so-and-so might have crashed, because there's what triggers my notification of a wreck is that I think a car goes underneath 10 or 15 miles an hour. So yeah, Jackson he was just slowing it down to let everyone around him, so he didn't actually crash. Everyone at home, if we get another yellow, anyone you guys want to hear from while we're pacing, anyone you guys at home you want to hear from, that we might be able to pull into the booth. I do enjoy doing the interviews, but I also don't want to really be dragging in guys that are in a playoff predicament if they're trying to focus on a pit stop or, keep their mind right. I don't want to break their focus. But let me know if there's anyone you guys want me to try and grab to chat with, see what their plan is, how they're feeling. And we are back. Green, lap 44. Matt Sisler driving him away. Niles Davis right there in P2. Jackson Devin Mayfield and Dwayne on the bottom. $5 for Devin to take out the 05. Oh, and the yellow is out. Yellow flag. Oh, we've got a bunch of people that might be involved with this. Looking like Zane Woods, Kyle Foster, Jackson. Could be some people going around here. Let's see what happened when the yellow came out. Watching Zane Woods. Oh, yep. There's what in the heck is going on up there? Some stuff happening in front of him. Looks like just a big stack up on exit. Not entirely sure. Looks like David McCulloch was sideways. I think we need to go back maybe even a little further than what that's saying. Well, even further. Okay, all right. So we're 3 wide. That's usually not good on a short track. So Dan Rybarczyk David McCulloch and Devin McIntosh on the outside. Dan looks like he might have gotten in maybe a little too quick. That 9 gets free after the contact. It's up the track into the 74, Devin McIntosh. Devin, little Tokyo drift up into the wall. David McCulloch starts to come around. Goes down and hard hit on the left front, collecting Andrew Nagy. Everyone kind of stacking up there as well. Austin Wright, who's currently on the cut, goes up the track. Good accident avoidance so far. That all seems to have sorted itself out. And I didn't really see anyone go around. I'm not... Maybe it was David McCulloch going sideways, possibly. Because at this point, the yellow's already out. So it must have been David McCulloch got sideways enough for them to throw the yellow, because there doesn't seem to be much of a real wreck aside from David McCulloch taking that left front shot from Andrew Nagy. So all of the off-track cars were not necessarily the yellow. They were just playing accident avoidance, is what it looks like. So interesting situation we've got with that yellow. I'm going to grab a guy who is on the hot seat tonight. Let me find him. We're going to move him right on in. Mr. Austin Wright, it's Fred in the booth. How you feeling? How you doing?
All right.
Was that in front of you a little scary knowing that you're right on the cut line? Oh, you got a copy of me?
Yeah, that is one of those that was like, yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, okay,
it's one of those where you see it and you're just kind of hoping that everyone don't start, shooting every which way, and luckily everyone checked up, which is what everyone needed to do, so those guys could get unhooked. They were unfortunately hooked together.
Yeah, we saw that. Looked like kind of some 3-wide action in front. David kind of got sent sideways. He came down, got into Nagy, and looked like everyone behind, luckily, for once, did a good job, like you said, checking up, avoiding getting into that. My software doesn't tell me, exactly who is involved in every aspect of it, and I saw them going sideways, and yeah, so anywho, I wanted to see how you were. I didn't realize we were this close to going green, so I'll let you get back to it.
Appreciate it.
For sure, man. Good luck out there. All right, that was Austin Wright. I didn't realize we were that close to going green. I thought we had another lap, so I apologize to him. I just did what I said I didn't want to do, is be interviewing someone in a playoff spot while they're trying to focus, so sorry about that, Austin. We got him back down to his team. Just verify that. Yep, so he's back down with his team. Oh! And we got him going around on the front stretch. Dwayne Young sideways collecting Alan Steigerwalt. Oh, Zane Woods hard. Oh, we got a big one. Oh, man. John Santoro on his lid. Austin Wright looks to be somewhat included in that. Oof. That's not good. There is a lot of cars involved. That is going to definitely shake up the playoffs. John Santoro sitting on his lid. Looks like Zane Woods is going to be done. Oh, my Lord. What just unfolded right there? That is a crazy wreck. Was that Devin? I owe him $5. If so, we're going to figure out what happened here, as this was like a Talladega style big one. It happened in front of that. Okay, let's pause real quick. Let's go to... let's let's see here. There he is. Sorry, I was trying to find Dwayne. I know he was kind of towards the front. So let's see. It looks like, okay, so Dwayne is loose on exit. Was there contact with the 28? Because they have been racing really hard together. So it doesn't look like any contact. Just Dwayne gets loose on the bottom. But it looks like he gets the car back together. It looks like he collects it. Now he's off pace is the issue. And it looks like Evan Clapper might have tried to nose it in 3 wide. Dwayne tries sliding high across the nose of the 7, gets into Steigerwalt. Stefan Ardell catches the back. That looks like that's going to be some heavy right front damage. That also collects Russell Windsor. I believe that's John Santoro. Evan Clapper goes to the bottom, bumps into Adam Beasley. Devin Mayfield goes around. Austin Wright on the top of your screen there, trying to do his best to save it and noses it hard to the inside wall, trying to accident avoid. That's not good as he's in a playoff spot. We're going to rewind a little bit and call the wreck right into the wall here and see what happens. So Dwayne still sideways. You can see Zane Woods locking up the brakes, but still getting into him. Ty Weems just hard into the 12, the 55, getting into the back of Ty. David McCulloch on the bottom here. Heavy wrecking past that as well. What an absolute mess this has become. We got that. That is what we have right there, ladies and gentlemen, at home. That is catastrophe. There has to be 15 cars involved with that wreck. So I'm going to read off now this is not official, but this is per my software, every driver that may have crashed in that. So here we go. James Lambert, Dan Rybarchuk, Dwayne Young, Alan Steigerwalt, John Santoro, Zane Woods, James Lambert, Devin McIntosh, Caden Cook, Ty Weems, Austin Wright, Kyle Owens Foster, Alex Duchesne, Johnny Bobby Brown, Josh Norton, Jackson Fanistock, Milo Novitz, Evan Clapper is everyone that this has recognized as being a part of that. So an absolute mess on the front stretch. That was absolutely wild. And yeah, that's crazy. We've got a lot of guys in the pits, a lot of guys I don't know if they're going to be able to make it out. There's a lot of damage out there. Crazy, crazy stuff happening. That was a wreck no one wanted to see. As I don't know what the I don't know what the playoff implications are now. We're going back live on lap 56. I know it's pretty good. I think if you're in the number 17 right now, Kyle Owen Foster, he needed a lot of them drivers to not necessarily do great. And if I can find the breakdown real quick, I'll tell you what he needed. Well, he needs to gain 11 points on Austin Wright. Oh! And Steigerwalt goes around off the nose of the 17. Steigerwalt looks like he might have some damage to the front end of that car. I don't think that was any real reasoning to why he went around. That was an absolutely crazy wreck, guys. That was incredible. So Austin Wright is still out on the track. Austin Wright's still on the track. And he is now behind. He's 2 laps down. I believe he's 2 laps down off the leader. And yeah, there's so much happening. It's hard to just look at the sheet. But here you go. I'll show you guys. I'll make it a little bigger so it's a little easier while we're under yellow. There is everyone. The dark green is who's locked. The light green is who can clinch. And the red is currently out of the chase but can race their way in. So you can see Austin Wright is in 16th. He's on the bubble. And he's currently right here. Well, he's in the pits getting some fixing done. Trying to get that car worked on. But right now, Kyle Foster, it's up 9 spots from where he started, now 10, and it might change because he's still in the pits. Clean car, been driving decent race, good accident avoidance, trying to race his way in. We know he needs to beat Austin Wright by 11 points by the minimum. So off the top of my head, I don't have the point spread memorized, but I would assume that would be roughly 11 positions. And he is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 ahead of Austin Wright right now. So he's got to keep it clean, keep it moving forward if he wants to race his way in. Now, mind you, there might be, I know David McCulloch is having, David McCulloch needs to finish better than 33rd, so I believe David McCulloch is locked in no matter how his race ends. As he's in the pits, I'm not sure if he's meatballed or not, but there are 1, 2, 3, 4, looks like 5, 6, 7, 8, maybe 9, 10 drivers that are going to be DNFs, which for David McCulloch, that's good. That's in his favor. Jeff Yates, same deal, which, looking through, I don't see Jeff Yates at the race. Tyler Yates, I'm not seeing Jeff. So I believe Jeff needed to finish 33rd or higher as well, as him and David were very close in points. Yeah, they're tied in points, so same deal, but if Jeff Yates isn't there, that's going to remove him because he's going to finish worse than 33rd. And then Niles Davis, running second right now. He's doing great. Alex Duchesne is in 18th. He needs to be 22nd or better. So he's locking himself in, which I'm not sure how that's going to work with Jeff Yates not being at the track right now. Green. But anywho, we are back green. Hopefully that's the only big one we get. That was an absolute mess. I've seen a lot of wrecks at Iowa. I don't think I've ever seen one that big at Iowa. But Devin Mayfield might be breathing a little sigh of relief as he was racing real hard with Dwayne Young for a lot of that. So good, hard, aggressive racing. Looked like they both kept it pretty clean, but a lot of side-by-side. And as chat was kind of saying, we were almost waiting for one to pop off with them, just with how aggressive they were both being. Austin from last to 6th. Which Austin? We have 4 of them, 3 of them. Which Austin are you looking for? But let's see. Ooh, who was that? Nathan Swafford. He touched the wall coming out of 2 there. Penrod. Penrod is currently 8th with an astronomically good run for him right now. Yeah, he's up 26th position. He's currently in the hard charger spot. And, yeah, he's been driving the wheels off of this car. I think some of them wrecks in front of him helped. But nonetheless, he's been right place, right time. Had a pretty tough time in the heats where he went around, I think, twice in the heats. Started pretty not good in this race and is moving his way right forward and isn't too far away from the lead, honestly. But yeah, he's up 26 positions, currently in 8th. So good on him. Love to see him run good. Always nice to see him up in the front. My man, my man. Heck yeah. Yeah, it's always awesome. Always awesome to see him run good. Jonathan Robertson, he's up 19 spots in the 22. Andrew Nagy up 20 spots in 11th. He is also one trying to race his way in as well. He has the hardest way in, as he is the last possible spot to get in. I don't know what exactly needs to happen. He is 28 points out. So he needs to be 28 points. Ah, man, I'm trying to do this quick math here. He needs 28 points to catch Austin Wright, 29 to beat him. And the yellow is out. It's looking like Russell Windsor may have went around. So here we are, the number 20 Vevert car. No one around him, really. He just got loose. Into the corner. Maybe loose on exit. Turn 4 gets a lot of guys, and that it does. Russell goes around, loops it. Good accident avoidance again by Kyle Foster. That's who went around the outside there. In that 17 machine on the top. He's been near almost every wreck on the track and has kept the front of that car clean. So good wreck avoidance by him for sure. I was going to try to grab Austin for an interview, but it doesn't look like he's in a channel that I can grab him from. All right. Well, looks like we got a Ford 50%, Chevy 33%, and Yoda at 17%. There is a poll that I believe everyone can vote on who you think's going to win, if it's going to be a Ford, Chevy, or Toyota. Right now, looking good. Chevy's the top 3, then Ford. Go ahead and show you guys where everyone's at. So on the scoring tower on the left side, you can see Chevy, 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 Ford, Chevy, Ford, Toyota. Chevy, Ford, Toyota is your top 10. So Chevy's definitely showing up. Ford's doing all right, and Toyotas are there as well. We're about halfway through the race. Looks like Milo, possibly some trouble on the bottom. Not sure what that is. If the car broke, if he's having mechanical issues, I'm not entirely sure. Looks like Dwayne Young is back out on the track, possible wave by. I believe that was Dwayne we just saw coming around. That it was. So after the big wreck that we just saw, that's going to leave Dwayne Young number of laps down, but he is able to make it back out after some repairs. So now that everything's kind of settled, looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cars are going to be a DNF. DNFs are going to go to James Lambert, Ty Weems, Evan Clapper, Dan Rybarchuk, and Jeremiah Growell. As we are back green, Matt Sisler yet again leading us off. This time looks like Niles isn't giving him the runaway like he had before, as Niles was able to stick with him this time. As we are officially halfway through the race. Be sure to stick around after the checkered falls as we try to interview the top 3. And maybe someone who races their way into the playoffs. Niles Davis throws her to the bottom, gets a good run down the front stretch, fighting for the lead here. They're going to be side by side on the back stretch. Matt has a little bit of a run on the outside, but Niles to the inside. They might have touched for the lead. Hard racing. It's probably what you want to see if you are Devin Mayfield, is those two being side by side. Throw a blanket over your top 3 right now. Looks like Devin has a good run. Car's running well on that outside lane. Looks like Devin might be in P2. Keep it off the wall. Devin takes over the second place position on the outside. And now Devin's going to give it a shot to try to get a hold of Matt Sisler for the lead here. 25 being ran by Blake McClung. That Pennzoil car. Devin Mayfield going to try to show his bumper on the bottom. He does. Matt gives him the room. Doesn't want to spin himself out. Devin doesn't have the run coming out, and Sisler's going to be able to take that bottom back through 3 and 4. Devin has to replan his attack coming into turn 1 here. So we're side by side for third, just back there between Niles and Blake. Ooh, Blake gets shuffled up, or Niles gets shuffled up the track, sorry. Ooh, and the yellow is out. Yellow's back out. Looks like Devin McIntosh possibly was the reason for the yellow. It's not saying he crashed, just saying he went off track here. Car already looks upset at that point. Let's rewind a little bit. Let's see what happens. Devin around the outside. Ooh, contact with the 19, I believe. That's Joshua Norton. Ooh, and he's going to catch Dakota Sidris. Catch the front of Dakota Sidris. And around goes the 74. Devin McIntosh. Believe that is going to be the cause for the yellow. As your leaders coming down pit lane. most of the pack coming down pit lane here. Blake McClung elects to stay out. He hasn't pit since lap 40. So he's going to be about 42 laps on these older tires. Jonathan Robertson looks like he's staying out as well. He last pit on lap 70. So we're going to have some new race leaders, but how long are they going to be able to stay out is unsure. There is your strategy call, as Adam Beasley is also going to move into third. And you can see Sisler, Mayfield, Niles, Davis, Stefan Ardell up to 7th. And Jackson is in your 8th place position. So those numbers are how long they've ran since the pit stop prior. So currently with Blake McClung leading, he is now 43 laps, officially 43 laps on the set of tires and the fuel that is in the car, where Jonathan Robertson ran 70 laps the first time, now 13 on the current set that he's on now. Adam Beasley's pitting more often, and Sisler, Mayfield, Davis, they all are on the same 42 last laps. So got something going on with Dwayne Young. Says he might have crashed. I'm assuming he just slowed down to let some cars by. Maybe he spun himself heating the tires up. Not really sure here. Just got a thing saying that. Oh yeah, yep, that's what it is. He slowed down to let some other drivers by. I saw him doing the car shakedown, trying to get some heat in his tires and get everything scuffed up, and thought maybe he was gonna loop it, but nope, he kept it good. All right, well, at home, who y'all rooting for? Jonathan Robertson, bold call on pit strategy on the outside. He's up 30 positions, 30 spots he's up, and Blake McClung's up 2, but Blake is on old tires, so going to be interesting to see if this number 25 can keep her out front, along with Jonathan Robertson, up 30 spots. Definitely some bold calls out front, but that's sometimes what you got to do. I don't believe either of them are in the playoff spot, and I believe Adam Beasley in that number 29 is locked, along with Matt Sisler. Devin Mayfield. I think Niles is the only one racing up in the front pack right there, the only one racing, along with Stefan Ardell. Stefan Ardell is trying to race his way in that number 92. But Blake McClung gets a solid launch for being on that old of tires. Pulls right out. Devin Mayfield's going to overtake the second place position with Sisler in tow. We are back green and running. We're going to try to go loud and proud for a couple laps. Matt Sisler, Blake McClung side by side for the lead. Matt Sisler on 42-lap newer tires. But Blake McClung is really hanging on. I don't know if he's been running a race with just saving tires and somehow still has good rubber on that car, but he's keeping up with Matt, and not a lot of people have been able to do that. Ooh. McClung gets into the wall. That should shave a little bit of speed off the 25, as now he's got to worry about Niles Davis in his rear view. Niles shoots to the inside. Going to be side by side coming into turn number 1 here. Don't look now, but Andrew Nagy out of the playoffs coming into the race. He's up to 6th place position now, possibly driving his way into a playoff spot if he can keep it clean. I think he needs to finish 11 spots higher than Austin Wright to lock in, and he's currently got a plus 14 on Austin Wright, so he might be able to steal that from him if he keeps his nose clean for the rest of this race. And he's doing that with Kyle Owen Foster. Who Kyle was, one sec, let me grab my little notebook here. Sorry, Nagy is 28 spots behind. Kyle is 11 spots. My apologies. Oh no, Niles Davis. Says we have an off track, and Niles was running in 3rd. Looks like the turn 3 monster might have got him here. It's him and Devin Mayfield running hard together. Niles just gets real loose on the entry, does a sick drift through 3 and 4, and just kind of loses the back of that car. Takes her through the infield, mows the lawn. Hope for a safe re-entry. Oh, and around he goes. Ooh, left rear into the wall. Whoa, almost gets John Santoro. He is able to keep her going. I don't think that drew a yellow. Iowa is one of the funny tracks when you have iRacing do your race control. Iowa doesn't throw it for any little reason. You got to have a reason. As we just saw Austin Wright up into the wall a little bit. The car might have been tight in the turns. Plus, he is going laps down, so just trying to give room to the leaders out of respect. He knows that he's the slower car, so he's just trying to stay out of the way. Tough luck on Niles Davis' side. He was running a heck of a race, and that car just came around. Coming into turn 3, lost the back end, kind of saved it, then lost it, and then she became a lawnmower. But how about Blake McClung? 63 laps on this fuel and tires. Not sure what his plan is with pit. I mean, he's got to be pitting here at some point. I believe that car has got to be running almost on fumes here. But for tires that old, he is running a very, very clean race. If the pit strategy delta isn't pulling up, I was going to show the comparison of how long he's been out, but for instance, Matt Sisler and Devin Mayfield on either side pit on lap 82. Blake McClung last pit on lap 40. So that number 25, you have to assume he's going to be pulling it into the pits here at some point. He's probably just praying for a yellow at this point that he's not a part of. You can see Sisler now working his way through the lap traffic. 37 of Duchesne gives him plenty of room to get by. Next up is Austin Penrod. Not sure. He's just a little ways ahead as he's battling with Kyle Foster for the 13th position. So right now, I think Austin Wright has to be an Austin Penrod fan and root for him to knock Kyle Foster down a position, close that gap on the point spread. As Matt Sisler going to try to figure out how to get around the lap cars. As we're going to be in some go time here, coming to the 40 to go mark. 40 laps. I expect everyone's going to have to pit one more time. We might see some green flag pit stops late race as long as it stays clean, and it looks like it's been okay. And as I say it, there is the definition of an announcer's curse. Oh no. Yellow flag is out, and if you do not notice on the tower, Devin Mayfield and Blake McClung looking like they might have gotten together here. Let's take a look. Devin Mayfield on the bottom, Blake on the outside, Blake in the yellow car, Devin in the green. Cross the stripe into turn one. Oh! Looks like Blake wanted the bottom and Devin didn't want to give it to him. Looks like Devin kind of hung out. Wanted to kind of enter a little bit off the bottom. Blake wanted to go to the bottom. Hard to say exactly what the happening there was. Blake may have self-cleared. Devin may have not have lifted. I don't know what is going on. I apologize if you're hearing my phone. I just got 27 Snapchats in a row from the same person. All videos. So something's happening. So that's going to shake up the top here. League Villain does it again. Honestly, Devin hasn't been too bad. Aggressive, still very aggressive, but he's cleaned it up a lot. He's a little more predictable to race around. Matt Sisler pulling her in the pits, get some fresh tires on that. As we were saying, 40 to go, was going to be 40 to go, and that we were expecting everyone to have to pit again. And him staying out is going to put Alex Duchesne in the firing position. Here is your new race leader, with Stefan Ardell going to be starting next to him here. Alex Duchesne up 13 spots. Stefan Ardell last. Oh, Alex Duchesne is now, he's now pulling it in. So he was just waiting on the pits, must be. Rip Devin. I don't think he's out of it, but he ain't where he wants to be. Devin looks like he's going to be fourth after that once everything pans out. Scored fourth. Andrew Nagy in third. My gosh, that's a way to race it in for sure. He can keep this up. He's on fresh tires. He's in third. Him, Dylan Harris, Stefan Ardell. All of them. So Stefan Ardell is in a can clutch position. Stefan in the number 92 here, leading. Needs 14th or better finish. Got it. Kyle finishes 23rd or lower, or Andrew finishes 19th or lower. So he stays where he is. If he stays P14 or better, he clinches. Let's see here. So I believe Dylan Harris, 26 or better, he clinches. Or no, 19th or better, he clinches. So looking pretty good for those two on the pole now. Andrew Nagy's going to be, he's kind of sneaky now. He needs 28 points on Austin Wright. He's currently in third. Austin Wright is in, let me find him here in the list. Austin Wright's in 20th. So how it sits now, I don't think he makes it. Maybe with a race win plus bonus points. I'm not entirely, I don't have the points breakdown to how much each position is worth, I guess is what I'm saying. But Andrew Nagy possibly running his way into a race win here, as he is now working side by side with Stefan Ardell down the front stretch. As the yellow is back out again. Looking like this one might involve Joshua Norton. Let's get a look at that. So Josh Norton is right there in that black number 19 Aces and Eights Motorsports car. On the launch there, he comes down to the middle. He's in front of David McCulloch. Oh, that car got real loose. Wow. Oh, and he collects teammate Zane Woods on the bottom. You hate to see that. Almost got David McCulloch. Good situational awareness from the number 9 machine. 19 looks like he just got a little arrow loose on exit. Let's get another watch of that here. See that car just kind of start to come around. A little bit of an overcorrection. He tries to save it, and lost it. And David McCulloch doesn't get into him, but his teammate, Zane Woods, T-bones him right into the driver's side door. Don't think a lot of damage on either car. They both seem to keep it going pretty clean. As Stefan Ardell is going to be now the race leader to fend off Andrew Nagy. So yeah, I'm not entirely sure the playoff implications, because we also have to remember that Jeff Yates is not here. So Jeff Yates needed to finish 33rd or better, and he wasn't able to make the race tonight. So that's almost a freebie spot. So if we just shift the list down, that moves Austin Wright to 15th, Kyle Owens to 16th, or Kyle Foster to 16th. So what exactly does that entail? Because I don't know. Jeff Yates, all he had to do was finish 33rd or higher. I don't know if that eliminates him. Because all the cars behind him, because you have Niles Davis and Alex Duchesne, Dylan Harris. Dylan Harris is right there in the 24. Stefan Ardell leading the race. Johnny Bobby Brown, he's 25th right now. And Austin Wright is 20th. So I assume that might knock Jeff Yates out of playoff contention, because everyone behind him, Kyle Foster and Andrew Nagy, all kind of get the free spot, because he unfortunately can't make this race. So does that, if that bumps everyone up one spot, then Andrew Nagy is 28 spots or 28 points out of the cut. Which the difference of that would be 11 to Kyle Foster, right? No. He's 28 points to Kyle Foster. So he would need, in theory, finish 28 points ahead of Kyle Foster. He's currently 10. Kyle's 13th. Andrew's second, so he's 11. So, interesting stuff. Sorry, I'm kind of bad at math on the fly. But anyone at home rooting for Andrew Nagy, be interesting to see if he can pick up this race win, what that's going to do if he is able to clinch. So Stefan Ardell brings us to green here. He did win last week at Rockingham, so he proved he can do it on an oval. For those that know, he's a road course ringer. Butterfinger 92, and the yellow comes out again. Cautions, breeding cautions. This one collected a couple. Looks like Nathan Swafford, Zane Woods, Devin McIntosh possibly, Dwayne Young possibly. Let's get a look at this one here. So we're watching number 15. Seeing what happens with that. Looking all right so far. Ooh, gets up into the side of Adam Beasley. Adam looks like he's able to collect it. Ooh, Zane Woods. Hard into the right front. Stegerwalt gets into him as well. Who was that on the bottom? I saw him just... Oh, that was Devin McIntosh there on the bottom. And it says Dwayne Young might have crashed, but I didn't see him as a part of this. Did he just accident avoid and go around possibly? Oh, no, looks like Johnny Brown gave him a little bit of a shove up the track. Oh, and the 45 clipped him. Not sure exactly what happened there with the 45. Maybe he didn't know he was on his outside. Believe, yeah, the yellow is out. Yellow's out, 45 around the top. Comes back kind of down the racing surface as the 45 is cooling the car down because the yellow just came out. And I don't know if the 45 went a little high and just kind of collected into the 5 or the 5 came down across, but it was a fight for the same bit of real estate that wasn't there. I assume if you're Stefan Ardell, you're probably liking this. We're in 10 cautions now. You've got 27 laps left, technically. You're leading it. Not really putting a lot of wear on your tires, so you can kind of get the long run for the end ready. Assuming we're going to get a long run. But you can see the aggression is starting to boil. You have guys in positions that are trying to make positions. Trying to make up spots. Guys trying to clinch. Andrew Nagy, big highlight right here. He's trying to put that number 6 machine into the playoffs. Again, I apologize. I don't know the exact what needs to happen for the 6 to make it. I almost think he would need Kyle Foster, who is ahead of him in points. They're both technically out at the start of the race. He needs Kyle Foster almost to fall back quite a bit. Kyle's going to be scored in 10th. We interviewed Kyle earlier, so he said he's just trying to keep that car alive, and, well, that's what it looks like he's doing, so... He's back there in that Chipotle number 17 machine. So looking pretty good for Kyle Foster. Looking good for Andrew Nagy. I mean, he's up 29 positions. So, I mean, if you're going to put yourself in a position to do it, winning the race, I guess, is the best odds you can do for yourself. But you might need a little help from someone else's misfortune. As Stefan Ardell's bringing us to green again. That 92, we got the yellow cars out front. Ardell, Nagy, Stefan Ardell gets a good launch. Looks like Dylan Harris showing on the inside some speed. And Niles Davis, after that little incident earlier, has caught his way up. There is Devin Mayfield as well. Don't count out Matt Sisler. Don't count out Blake McClung. We've got a ton of speed in the front of this race right now, all trying to catch that 92. As looks like Dylan Harris, Niles, and Devin got around Andrew Nagy. I'm not sure what happened. Might have got up into the wall. I didn't quite catch that. 23 laps of the distance. Stefan Ardell showing him the way. He's currently possibly going to go back-to-back with the 92 Butterfinger car. If you're in the Discord, I encourage you to go to last week's Victory Lane pictures of the 92 and zoom in on the left rear quarter, upper quarter, where it says Butterfinger. I did some Photoshop work. I won't say what it is live on the air, but you're going to want to zoom in on that one. Shout out to KingPork54 in chat for that idea. Not a good pile of cars back here, all battling for what seems to be the 4th place position. Evan Mayfield gets that car upset on the top. Matt Sisler takes it. Oh, Mayfield. Oh, no. Whoa, Devin got a little loose. Nagy was there. Got up into Blake McClung. Blake got off pace. They kept it together. That was scary there for a second, as Jackson Fanistock is now in the mix. Jackson showing some speed in the Little Caesars number 61 Toyota Camry. Good battle here for 5th place. Andrew Nagy, Devin Mayfield. At number 28 is a tribute to his grandfather. Devin has good memories of fishing with his grandfather on his Ranger bass boat. So he tasked me to make him a car that pulled the vibe of the boat. His grandfather's boat was that dark green with gold, so we pulled that through for him. Ranger, Luz, Bass Pro Shop, Shimano, all the brands on there. Back to the top here, Stefan Ardell, 17 to go, and the yellow flag comes out again. Looks like this time it might be Austin Penrod. Might be Austin Penrod. We're checking out that number 31 Sinclair car. It's on the outside. Everything looks free and clear here. Gets around Tyler Yates. A little high on the turn. Oh, Duchesne gets bumped, and oh, I hate to see that. He was just checking up because of a wreck that happened in front of him. Wasn't even hardly an actual wreck. He just saw 2 cars in front get together, the 45 and the 37 touch, and he got on the brakes, which on the corner entry is going to make the back end of that car come around, and he just lost it. Slides her through the infield, locking the brakes up, hitting the inside wall. Fortunately, it's not that hard of damage. He is able to obviously keep the car going. Did good keeping it to the bottom of the track. It looked like enough to throw the yellow. Tough spin for the 31. Currently in 14th position. I don't think that there's a lot of damage on that car. I mean, you see a lot of the pack out here. You can see Allen at the bottom there. No front end. He still has his nose cone, so he should be all right. Stefan Ardell currently the leader. Looks like Adam Beasley gets the wave by. Should have put it on a car this week. Yep, Stefan messaged me during the week, so I did the graphics on the 92. He messaged me during the week and was like, hey, I want to make a change on the 92 for the Butterfinger car. It's one of his favorite schemes. And I go, this is, I think he has 3 wins in that car. At least 2. I know he won Watkins Glen in that car, and he won last week at Rockingham. So at least 2 wins in that car in that scheme. And then he wants to make a change, and I'm like, are you sure you want to mess with that? That car might be lucky, man. That might be your car. That might be the luck is in the paint. Because you got to be a salesman, right? Because you do the graphics for his car. So I said, are you sure you want to make a change? More than happy to, but you want to be changing it. Maybe you'll lose the luck. You don't want to change the luck. But I do have to add another win sticker, and, well, maybe in another 12 or 13 laps, maybe add another one if he's able to keep it out front here. If he does end up picking up this win, I'll have to mention that in his interview. That I didn't do it last week because I knew he was going to win it this week. So instead of getting that car in the wrap shop twice, we'll just do it just once. But he's got some fast cars behind him that he has to still fight on. Dylan Harris was showing a lot of speed on that last restart. Niles Davis and Matt Sisler have been up front. Andrew Nagy has driven it basically from the back to the front. He's up 26 spots. And Jackson's been showing some flashes of speed there as well. Blake McClung in 7th. He was up front for a whole bunch of this as well. And Devin Mayfield, he's there as well. He's back in 12th. But we've also seen him at the end of the race kind of come out of nowhere. Just enough aggression to make it to the front. So, going to be an interesting race here. Believe we're going to have 12 to go at the green as the pace car is going to pull it in. Hopefully it stays green. Every caution that comes out, we have to review, and I have to get an IRT clip of. So, hopefully it stays green. I like the low rec races because there's not a lot to review. So here we go. Stefan Ardell, great launch over Niles Davis. Slides it up into P2. Dylan Harris faded a little bit on that restart. As Niles Davis looking like he wants to make a move. Showing to the inside. Finding some speed. Oh, gets loose on the bottom. Not really going to help him, but it doesn't look like it hurt him all too much as he's still there. All these drivers up until 7th. All last pit on lap 111. As we are rounding into lap 40 now, so tire wear might be something, but a lot of them laps have been under yellow, so not a lot of tire wear here. 10 to go for Stefan Ardell. He's got a 3-way battle happening behind him. I'm sure he enjoys to see that in the rear view. He's hoping that they keep being aggressive with each other and maybe he can just run away with it. And I got a feeling you've seen Matt Sisler drive it to the front in the late race as well in that 93 machine. And Niles Davis in the 38 has been quick all night. Had the little mishap early on, recouped, drove it back up towards the front. What a better way to finish that little saga. Again, Andrew Nagy in 5th here. He's doing everything he can to make this playoff cut, and we're going to have a lot of unofficial results as him and Blake McClung driving it together. Like Blake and Andrew trying to share a passenger seat there as Devin Mayfield, I thought he was going to split him 3 wide. Or sorry, that was Jackson, not Devin. I was looking at Devin in the back. Jackson, I thought he was going to put that 3 wide. Good job backing out of that. That could have been catastrophic. Stefan Ardell showing him the way. Showing him the quickest way. Zelina says go Stefan Ardell. He is in the right spot at the right time here. Down the back stretch into turn 3. The flag man's going to wave 5 fingers to him as it is 5 laps to go this time by. And there is the dreaded late race yellow. Not even sure why here. We might have to do a little tricky work and click through, see what could have been the cause of reason here. We have someone's car right there. Okay. Looks like it's going to be Blake McClung coming around. Oh, maybe some help from Andrew Nagy, who looked like maybe some connection issue. So Blake McClung down the track. Car, I don't know. I don't know if there's contact there, but he comes around. Nagy's in the area. Hard to tell with, looks like a little disconnect problem with Nagy. But the 25 did also look like he was getting loose. Tough break for Blake. He was running up front. Now he's back in 9th. Been quick the whole time. So we're back under yellow. I think this is going to be green-white checkered. I think this is going to be a green-white checkered for Stefan Ardell. We're taking about 3 or 4 pace laps each time by. If it goes to 4, that's only going to be 1 to go. So some crazy moves you're about to see. And Stefan Ardell in a good position to win this, assuming he can get a good launch, which I don't doubt him. He's been pretty good leading on these restarts here. Niles Davis in P2. I don't think we've had an interview with him before, so hopefully he'll be in the interview room, assuming he keeps it on the podium at the end of the race here. I don't think we've chatted with him before. Matt Sisler in 3rd. Dylan Harris, I don't think we've chatted with either. Jackson we have. Andrew Nagy we have not. Devin Mayfield we have. Shout out to Alan Stegerwald. He's in 10th at the moment, and I think he's been involved with like 3 yellows, so perseverance, absolutely. Putting together a decent race with a smashed up car, currently in 10th. Just making it happen, just out there making it happen. Austin Penrod, looks like he didn't get much damage from that wreck, so that's good on the number 31. He is in 11th place. I believe we're going to see the lights on the pace car go on out here. Yep, and it's going to be 1 lap to go. Green, white, checkered. 25 got lost before the 6 got into him, what I see. Yeah, it looks like he was washing on the bottom. Looked like it's hard to tell just because Nagy was having a little bit of like the blinking issues on my end. So it's hard to kind of tell without all the camera angles. Being it's a yellow, the IRT is going to go and they'll review it anyways. So, but it didn't look malicious by any means. So I agree with you. I think that the other car was a little bit loose. The 25, he looked like he was doing a little drift on the bottom, and Nagy was just kind of there. But yeah, it was more, in my opinion, looking at it here, racing incident, honestly. But Stefan Ardell, green flag's out, 2 to go. Green flag, white flag, checkered flag. Stefan Ardell with a good launch. How much aggression do we see out of Niles Davis? Yellow's out again. We are going to overtime. And yellow flag looks like it might be Andrew Nagy. Let's go back and see what happened here. We're going to focus on the number 6 machine outside row 3, just to the outside of Jackson in the orange 61. So But we fire. Thing looks okay. Cal Deese right behind him. That bright green car disconnect. Okay. Definitely some contact with the 28. Round goes Nagy, but it's kind of tough. He's been kind of blinking all night, so it is kind of hard to see what the moves are. So he's here. Does have a gap. Looks like he tries to take the bottom here. 28 has a little bit of a run. Doesn't necessarily give him the spot, which every position matters at this point. Nagy looks like he was trying to take the spot at the bottom that I think, in my opinion, the spot was open when he started to make the move, but the spot wasn't necessarily open when he was there. He goes around. That's putting him back. Looks like the 15th position. Doesn't look like he has damage, but not where he wants to be. And I'm not sure what's going on, but it looks like Josh Norton and Austin Wright might be slow. Something happened here. I'm not sure. Josh Norton jumped to the pits, so let's see what possibly happened here. Ooh, okay, Josh Norton. Ooh. Everyone checking up on the front stretch. I'm not sure what the braking was for. Everyone looks like they were pacing just fine. Just, maybe the 40. Yeah, it looked like everyone checked up. I'm not sure what's happening up ahead. Doesn't look like much. Not sure. Doesn't look like any harm, no foul. Looks like everyone's all right from that. So, anywho, tough break for Andrew Nagy. He's looking like he's back to 15th. Which I guess if you're Austin Wright, that's putting some wind back in your sails. That's a little bit better cushion for you as he's on the bubble. And James, no, sorry about that. I'm trying to find him here in the name list. Kyle Foster. He's in 14th. Now, I don't know with Jeff Yates not being here. Unofficially, I would say that puts Kyle Foster on the bubble with Nagy trying to race his way in. But I think he needs to get 28 points ahead of Foster. Foster's 14th, Andrew's 15th. So I think no matter what, you'd kind of need Nagy to finish in like the top 3 and Foster with a DNF. Highly unlikely right now in overtime. So tough luck on the number 6 machine. He had a hell of a race put together. Yeah, no, he did. He ran the freaking nuts out of that car. He was up front. I don't think he officially led any laps, but he was there ready to, and just the way she goes, you know. So, Stefan Ardell, overtime number 1, going green. 2 laps left. Green, white, checkered, take number 2. Stefan Ardell, decent launch. Niles Davis keeps showing that flash on the bottom, but can't seem to make it work, at least not yet. The yellow flag comes out again. Looks like Russell Windsor and Cal Deese this time, which is interesting because I believe they were towards the front, and I don't see a lot of people behind Alan Steigerwalt there. So maybe they weren't. Maybe they were a little further back. But let's take a look here. So Russell Windsor's in that number 20. Cal Deese is in a bright green number 53, I believe. Oh! Okay, all right. So the 22 comes down, gets caught. Yeah, just trying to break down what exactly happened here. Looks like maybe some contact with Dwayne Young. Yeah, Jonathan Robertson. See if we can get a different camera angle, maybe. Ooh, that's further away. Oh, they're the same camera. Nice. Okay, so it looks like Kyle Foster might have upset that car up into the 05. No blame, just the instant kind of call. It looks like the 17 and him got together. Now, the 35 of Cal Deese looks like that was a completely separate incident at the same time. And you can see that hot rod is not looking too hot up in turn 3 as him and Jackson are racing side by side. Oh, looks like, yeah, kind of a same spot. Oh, and Penrod got into him hard. Man, oh man. Yeah, that didn't look good. Dwayne Young, I believe, was part of that as well towards the end, and it looks like he had to jump to the pits. Looked like he got collected in that. Let's take a look. Oh, this is already under yellow. I'm not sure what happened. It said he had to jump to the pits. Maybe the car. Oh, you can see the left front tire. Not looking too hot on the 05 machine. Oh, and then he gets hit on pit entry. What happened? Looks like Dakota Sidris coming down the track like he's trying to make it to the pits. Dwayne hard. Okay, so no contact with Sidris, just Dwayne with the left front damage on that car. Just hard to make that turn. That's all that was. So, attempt at green white checker number 3. This is the official green white checker number 2. I believe we have 3 attempts. So, this is attempt number 2. I think we're good for one more, and if not, it ends how it ends. So we got to keep it clean for just 3 laps here, but it's the end of the race. Everyone's aggressive. Everyone's trying to make a move. Stefan Ardell trying to do his best to keep it out front. Niles Davis trying to do his best to take it away. And everyone behind hopes one of these 2 drivers chokes up and they might be able to sneak one. Jackson Fanistock finished P3 last week. He's in a 5th place position right now. Stefan won it last week. Can he go 2 for 2 on ovals? Green, green, green for maybe the last time. Green, white, checker, 2 to go. Stefan, another decent launch. Niles Davis. Woo, Stefan a little loose on exit there. Gonna give that inside to the 38. Contact, around goes the leader. Stefan hard into the wall. Oh, that's collecting a bunch of cars. Oh, we hate to see that. They are piling up everywhere. The white flag is out. I don't know if that threw a yellow. I don't know. I think, yeah, that we're on the last lap. They took the white flag before all that happened. Matt Sisler, Devin Mayfield, Dylan Harris. Devin making the move on the bottom, sliding up, holds the spot. Devin Mayfield gonna steal the win here at Iowa on the absolutely wild freaking ending on that one. We got to take a quick look at this before we grab some driver interviews here. As Stefan Ardell had the race almost in the bag, him and Niles Davis come together. I mean, you're racing for a win. I don't think this was any sort of malicious, but you're running for the win. Both cars are. The leader gets turned. We hate that. He collects. That looks like Blake McClung. Kyle Foster hard into the back of that. Slides up the track. Collects David McCulloch. And then moving back down the track, Stefan Ardell gets into Blake McClung. Gets into Devin McIntosh. Heavy damage on that 37 machine. And an absolute mess on the front stretch. It creates the big one, part 2, if you will. tough break. And Devin Mayfield making the last lap turn. Coming out of 4, gets the pass on Sisler, gets the win. Congrats to Devin Mayfield. And let's see who's ready for some interviews here. Looking like Dylan Harris. We get to, I think, chat with him for the first time. Let's move him on in. Dylan Harris, it's Fred up in the booth. What an ending.
What's up?
That was
I never thought I was
wild.
gonna get taken out there.
What's that?
I've been in that scenario one too many times where I've gotten taken out
Yeah.
towards the end of the race like that. But that time, somebody was watching over me.
Yeah, right place, right time, or maybe right place, wrong time. But hey, you're on a podium,
Yeah.
so
Exactly.
so congrats on that.
Yes, sir.
How you feeling? How you feeling? I think this is the first time we've talked, especially in a
Yep.
podium spot.
Yep, this is my first podium. I feel pretty good going in the playoffs. We got a road course coming up. I feel pretty good. I'm pretty good at road courses. Just
Yeah.
got to dodge all the wrecks.
Yep.
That's pretty much it.
Yeah, I mean road course.
When you're paced, don't overrun the track. Know your limit, and take it easy.
Yeah,
That's usually how I race. And 9 times out of 10, it pays off. Sometimes I get caught up in some BS, but it is what it is.
yeah, no, and it looks like you made the right call at the right time. We saw the leaders come together, and
Yep.
kind of the hell broke loose, but heaven gates open for the guys right behind him, and
Yep.
yeah, that was quite an interesting finish. Devin Mayfield was able to sneak around, coming out of 4 and actually picking up the win
Yeah.
by about 5/100ths of a second
like-
over Sisler.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, that was
Very crazy.
That's a crazy finish for sure, dude.
I thought Sessler got taken out with that or the 2-liter cars, because all I saw was them get sideways, and then he corrected, or somebody, I don't remember who was next to me, but they corrected it, got it straight, and I think they ended up finishing behind me, honestly.
Oh,
But
maybe.
I thought all of us were going. I thought that was it.
That I saw Niles and Stefan make the contact there in the turn, and I'm like, oh, the whole like top 10's gonna get
It was right
involved
in
in
my line,
this.
too. I had to go low.
Yeah. Yep. But before I send you back, anyone you want to shout out, say thanks to, or give a call out to?
Shout out to my brother. He's the owner of our team, basically. He's the one that got me into this league.
Who's your brother?
Devin McIntosh.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
And then, all my teammates, Dwayne, Dakota. That's pretty much it.
All right. Well, congrats on the first podium. It was a fun race to watch for sure. You kept it clean, and looks like that paid off for you. I think last week I took a picture of you completely upside down with like 3 feet of clearance under your roof to the track, and now you're on a podium.
It was bound to happen. I was dodging wrecks in that race too. There was one where they wrecked up top, and I was like right there, and I cut the car left and got her pretty much parallel nose with the wall, and I saved it from
Yep. Awesome.
then-
Well, congrats again, brother. I'm gonna send you back down to the interview room, and I'll probably grab
Okay.
Matt.
All right.
All right. We'll see you later.
See you.
All right. That was Dylan Harris in third. We're gonna grab Matt Sisler here. Matt, it's Fred up in the booth. P2
Hi,
with
Fred.
one hell of an ending.
Oh yeah, definitely one hell of an ending. You know the stipulation I'm under, right?
I do.
You know and you can understand. Like, I was rooting for Niles to take that, and then all of a sudden I'm in the lead, and I spent that whole like into turn 3 on the last lap going, what do I do? Because I didn't expect to be in the lead, and And then by the time I figured it out, I missed the apex of the corner.
Yeah,
missed my turn
you were able to kind of save yourself from your implication by 5/100ths of a second.
Yeah, I had the run off the corner. I looked, I saw him up there, and like for a moment, I had the instinct of turn hard left, but I'm like, oh, am I really gonna Austin Dillon somebody just to get a penalty and
Oh, right.
and B get like bopped to the back of the field for every single race in this chase?
Right.
I was like, no, I can't. And I tried to drag race off the corner. I just didn't have it. To give him credit, he came from 5th to 1st.
Yeah. Yeah, that was wild. Like I was just saying to Dylan, it was crazy seeing Stefan and Niles come together, and when Stefan went sideways in front of the whole lead pack, I'm like, oh, this is gonna be the top 10 are gonna get junked out of this race. But like I told him it looked like Stefan went sideways, hell broke loose, and heaven's gates opened.
Yeah. I was like, just knowing the point situation going, like, and how the bonus points play out, I was really rooting for Niles to maybe get him there, but like, I saw them go sideways, and again, I'm just sitting there going, oh no! Like I come across, I'm leading the final lap, and I go, again, it's down into turn 1, and I'm thinking, what the heck am I supposed to do now?
Right.
Like, like, oh, what do I do? What do I do? And by the time I figured it out, like I was gonna try to win it. I already had blown the corner in turn 3, and it was just, well, don't wreck Devin. He's got it.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
just try
that was
to just stay second.
Once the white flag come out, the racing was pretty good. We just had to kind of get to that point with the 3 green white checkers at the end there.
Mm-hmm. And I'll give my teammate some credit. He Alan Steigerwalt, 13 minutes of damage. Car looks like a modified.
Yep.
And with everything happening on that last restart, he almost scores a top 5 with a modified, and a Chevy SS turned into a modified on it. So
yeah,
I give him a ton of credit for hanging in, because he was real, like his race went sideways in a hurry, and I felt really bad, and for him to come back and hang in, and his first non-plate race top 10, because his only 2 other ones were Talladega and Echo Park.
Nice, yeah. Yep. So, when I do move you back down, let him know. I'm going to put you back in the interview waiting room. Let him know that I'm going to interview him. He requested one, and he's waiting. So I do want to get that interview. I just got to get, Devin's first, but I will interview him. So anywho, before I send you down, anyone you want to shout out or thank?
Well, I actually had an unexpected spotter tonight, so shout out my friend Rowan Ash. He was one of my spotters. We had a number of people helping us tonight. Shout out Al. Shout out Al. That 3 Birdies car. There's a reason why it's that and not my plain white or plain black car. He did this awesome paint scheme, and I think he still takes commissions. I know you do too, Fred. I'm not trying to steal your business.
No, you're good.
I have to plug the guy who did my car.
No, totally. When they look that good, it's okay to talk about them.
Shout out my sponsor, 3 Birdies Golf Company. They've been with me for like 18 months now, and couldn't quite get them a win in their home race, but I hope bringing the car home clean and having a really strong run is good enough for them for this. And then of course Sam, everybody at Superstar for putting this on. Also, for my sponsor, go check them out, 3birdiesgolf.com. They got a lot of nice looking clothes and stuff, not just golf apparel, even though that is a lot what they do. They have a lot of nice stuff up there. So go check them out if you want. That's 3birdiesgolf.com. Everybody who watched me on Twitch at twitch.tv/thismoneygaming. I'm live most nights. Fred, for you for taking over the broadcast at Frozen Apex TV, you do a great job. And once again, Sam and everybody, all the other admins and everybody who makes Superstar ARCA go. It's been a pleasure to be here, and got a bit of a break, but look forward to the chase.
All right, man. Well, Appreciate having you in. Congrats on P2. Welcome to the chase, and I'm going to move you back down to the interview waiting room.
All right, sounds good.
All right, absolutely. All right, up next, Devin Mayfield, tonight's race winner. Let's get him in here. Devin, it's Fred up in the booth. You got a copy?
No, yes, sir.
All right, so by 5/100ths of a second, you're declared the race winner after an absolutely nutty race at Iowa Speedway. How you feeling right now?
Obviously, I feel really good about winning that race, but at the same time, that race was not mine to win. That was 100% Stefan's race, and I feel super bad for him in the circumstances that he got himself into. But you take him where you can get him, I guess.
Yeah, it's I don't know, you can chalk it up as aggressive last couple lap racing, but it could also go the other way as well. And definitely unfortunate for the 92. He had a lot of control of the end of that race, and hate to see it go that way for him. But
Yeah. He's one of my good friends in this league, and I know
Yeah.
he was fighting for a chase spot that he might not get now, so I definitely feel for him.
I think he is okay. Hang on, I have this stat here. I believe he's all right. He might be 16th. It's hard to say. I know that Jeff Yates was on the May clinch list, and he didn't make the race tonight. And with all the wrecks at the end, I don't know if anyone scored enough points to outscore Stefan. So Stefan might still make the chase once everything dissolves out. So we might be okay on that. So good on him, but on yourself, you see them come together, and you were like, what, fourth when that happens? Everything smashes in front of you. You make it through that. Next thing you know, you're coming down the front stretch in a drag race with Matt Sisler. What's last lap looking like for you? Just balls to the wall, get it to the stripe?
Yeah, that was the whole thought. I knew that if I couldn't get to his outside, I wasn't getting it. So when that didn't happen off of two, I definitely thought I wasn't getting that win. But he missed the corner and gave me the win. So
Yeah, I guess take him if you're handed, right?
yeah, exactly.
But that was definitely an exciting finish. Before I send you back down, anyone you want to give shout out to, say thank you to, call out?
Yeah, go get your wraps, your iRacing wraps at Fred's Fast Wrap Shop, best wrap shop there is.
All right. I appreciate that. Congrats and welcome to the chase.
Yeah, thank you, Fred.
Yeah, for sure. I'll send you back down to the waiting room, and we're gonna grab Alan. All right, that was race winner Devin Mayfield. Now we've got Alan Stagerwalt. He's going to be coming in with us real quick. This will be our final interview, as I got to hit the bed here soon. Alan, it's Fred up in the booth. You got a copy?
I do indeed, Fred.
All right. So before you tell me how to say your last name, you drove the absolute wheels out of that car, brother.
Yeah, I mean, after the lap 50 wreck and getting 15 and a half minutes of damage.
Yeah.
You know.
When I think I called it on the stream. But I'm like, that's tough. He was running good, now he's out. And then all of a sudden you're back. And then all of a sudden you're racing. And now all of a sudden you're 7th at the end of it. That was crazy.
No, I cannot wait to watch back this broadcast because, man, going from 15 and a half minutes of damage to 12 minutes, back up to 14 minutes.
Yeah.
Just to come back and finish 7th.
Yeah, you turned a Chevy SS ARCA car into an open-wheeled modified, 15 minutes of damage, and then pulls it back out on the track and finishes top 10, finishes 7th on the lead lap. That's incredible. That is good race management. And I mean, don't want to call it, but you got to call a spade, and that's a lot of luck too.
Oh, absolutely. I had a lot of luck. I did not expect this. After that wreck, I was like, damn, like, my race is just over. To like, now I'm sitting here with a smile on my face with a top 10.
Yeah, that was crazy. And your teammate Matt was saying this is your first good finish on a shorter intermediate oval, as your other ones were both on plate tracks, right?
Believe so. I think this might be my best finish just in this series in general, honestly.
It very well could be. I don't have all the stats of where you finished before this point now, but I mean, seventh, that's a good finish. I mean, the thing is coming into the race, you always seem like one of the top contenders. You always have speed, you always race clean for the most part, and you're always up there. And then it's always something ridiculous that happens, and then you're on your way to the pits, you're on your way to the back of the pack, whatever it might be. So even though that happened in this race, you were able to kind of scrape it off the sidewalk and put it together for not just a top 10, but a P7, and a great finish to kind of make your mark there. So congrats on that.
Thank you very much, Fred.
Yeah, for sure. Anyone you want to shout out, thank, or give any credit to?
Just got shout out to my boy Matt Sisler, T-Motor, like invited me to this league. I've actually had quite a blast just learning the car, learning iRacing because I'm still pretty new to this.
Yep.
But mainly just shout out to Matt Sisler. Then I think my parents are watching. My little brother, I hear him in there.
Awesome.
So shout out David.
Awesome. Love that.
But yeah, just having fun, man.
All right. Well, I'm going to move you back down to the interview waiting room. And I think we got one more we're going to grab here.
Ready?
All right. Congrats again. That was a great race, man.
Thank you.
All right. And we might get a little bit of radioactive chat here. Ladies and gentlemen at home, here was your race leader, Mr. Stefan Ardell.
What's up, Fred?
How do we decompress this one?
I'm not entirely sure.
You lead it into the green-white checkered. You lead it into the second green-white checkered. And then
I lead it into the third green.
You lead it into the third green-white checkered. And then hell breaks loose, turns 3 and 4. You and Niles Davis come together. You did a kind of a cool Tokyo drift, and I thought your Tokyo drift was going to take out every single person in the top 10 at least.
As soon as I went sideways, I was actually hoping for a caution to get thrown out because the leader had not crossed the line.
Yeah.
And then I would finish where I was. But for some reason, they threw the white flag instead.
Yeah. So on the Iowa Speedway side, with iRacing being race control, we discussed this during, as there was a couple, obviously you were towards the front for most of the race, so you didn't see it, but there was a couple cars that spun that were questionable if they should have been a yellow. A couple guys got together, a couple of them went, around on the back stretch in 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Some went through the grass on the front stretch sideways and backwards. Some guys hit like pit wall, and no yellows were coming out for any of that. So I don't know if it's something that iRacing needs to take a look at on their parameters of where cars are sideways on the track. But myself calling it looked like
it was weird.
You being leader going sideways, even if someone passed you, they're still in turn 4 because of where the wreck was at. And at the point of no return, I think that's usually when the yellow comes out. And I don't think they had crossed the stripe at that point. So I do agree.
They most certainly had not. It was just goofy. It was really goofy.
Yeah.
The whole situation was weird.
Yep.
And I gotta say, I don't think I have ever been more upset at getting spun.
Yeah, because
I worked so hard tonight. So in my heat race, I don't know what the heck happened, but I got into my car, everything was going, and then it kicked me out of my car. And I was like, okay, that's weird. So I got back into my car and it gave me a missed start. So I had to start from the pits in my heat, which means that even though I had top 10 pace, I started in P28 today.
Yes.
And I took it all the way back to the front.
Yep, and you led
And
the whole back
for
half of that
us to have
race.
triple green white checker.
Yeah.
Yeah, for us to have triple green white checker after I brought it back from that and then get killed in the second to last corner before the white flag.
Yep.
Cool boy. Blood pressure was high. I'll just say that. I'm not taking anything to heart here. I'm not upset at anybody. Like for the vast majority of the race, it was really good, clean racing from the guys up front. So I have absolutely nothing bad to say about anybody. It's just
Right, and
unfortunate.
um
It might actually be my fault for not taking the field in for tires during any of the green white checkers.
I don't know. I mean, part of me you can say, well, the 38 got into me. The 38 could say, well, I am making a move for the race win that late in the race. You're both in the chase in the can clinch position. So there's a lot to be said
Oh yeah.
on what that
No, it's
was.
good hard racing. It was
Absolutely, and it sucks
yeah,
no
it was
matter
just
what.
good hard racing.
No matter what the end of the race is, it sucks to see a leader go around. Whether that's you or someone, I'm
It
assuming.
was a sad time.
Yeah, I'm assuming the 38 might be not wanting it to end that way. I obviously haven't interviewed
No,
him,
he
but
didn't. He apologized immediately.
yeah, again watching it, we watched it a couple times on replay. Nothing about it looked malicious. He didn't look like he dove it in there too hard and sent you. It looked like it was just kind of contact racing for the race win. So, it is good. I'm glad that he reached out and did apologize for that, though.
Yep.
It doesn't make you better than where you finished in 13th, but quick
Well,
math, the quick math that I
only
did,
important thing.
yes, is talking with Devin Mayfield. He felt terrible that you got shoved out of the lead. You're in a weird playoff bubble spot. I think, and I cannot confirm this, but I think you're okay. I think you might get the 16th position for the playoffs.
I do believe that I barely, oh so barely, make it.
Yes, I think because Jeff Yates.
And I apologize for the delay in my responses. It seems like my Discord's being weird.
Oh, that's okay. Jeff Yates did not make it tonight. He had to finish 33rd or better to clinch. Being he didn't make it tonight, he didn't finish 33rd or better because we had 35 cars show. So that opens up another spot, which would then move up Kyle Owen Foster into that position, putting the cut line on Kyle versus Andrew Nagy. I don't think Nagy gained enough position on Kyle Foster to make the cut. And I don't think anyone beat you enough because you had a 93-point lead on the cut as it was. So I think you're okay. You might lose your seating position, but I think you're okay.
Yeah, results have been done.
Right.
I'm looking at them now.
Oh, okay.
I finished 13th in the chase.
Okay, so you're in.
I made it.
You gained a spot.
I'm in.
I
did.
Congrats then.
Woo.
So,
It looks like Jeffrey Yates is also in, actually.
Really? So, wow, okay. Good.
Yeah.
Good then. Good.
The cutoff is Johnny Bobby Brown.
All right. I'm going to have to take a look at this and see who's all where and where's all who. Yeah, it looks like Russell Windsor's going to be number 1, Matt Sisler 2, Devin Mayfield 3, Jackson 4, Adam Beasley 5, Devin McIntosh 6, KLD 7th, Niles Davis 8th, Dylan Harris 9th, Evan Clapper 10th, David McCulloch 11th, yourself in 12th, Alex Duchesne 13th, Jeff Yates 14th, Andrew Nagy 15th. Johnny Bobby Brown is going to be your 16th position. And Kyle Owen Foster 17th, Austin Wright gets to 18th as they were all battling. So Nagy sneaks in, Austin loses out of the playoff bubble, Kyle Foster out by only a few points. Johnny Bobby Brown makes it in
Oh man, by 3 points.
by 3 points. So absolutely crazy. Absolutely crazy. So anyone you want to shout out, give credit to, throw shade at, anything like that before I move
I don't
on?
have anybody to throw shade at. For the most part, all of the racing tonight from the guys that I was around was good. I think like the most frustrating part about me getting spun at the end is that I had a clean race up until that point.
Right.
I didn't have any incidents or anything, so it was really good. So I don't have any shade to throw at anybody. I do want to commend Niles for trying so hard. It's unfortunate that I got spun from it, but like honestly, A for effort. Not everybody's willing to race that hard at the end like that on old tires. And for the
Right.
most part, for the other restarts, he did a great job. I do want to say thank you to my sponsors as always, Titan Motorsports, Fast Fred's Wrap Shop. Once again, you guys just make it great to be here.
Mhm.
And I guess I'll see you in the chase.
Yeah, welcome to the chase. You also made it. So you can take a breath of fresh air that you're in the chase. So
Oh man, I will be doing some breathing exercises tonight for sure.
yeah, for sure. Do some
I almost
meditation
had the back
classes.
to back.
Well, I was mentioning that on, I don't know, the 11th or 12th green white checkered. I'm like, I was joking because I'm like, oh, I forgot to put your win sticker from last week on the car. And I'm like, shoot, well, I'll just write it off in the post race interview if he wins this. That I knew you were gonna win, so it's just 2 for 2, and then, oh, I don't know, that literally went sideways. So, but glad you were
It
able
literally went sideways.
glad you were able to make the cut. I'm gonna send you back to I guess to the waiting room or wherever you want to go. So,
Alrighty, sounds good, Mr. Fred.
yeah, we get to go decompress everything in the East back talk as that has gone officially nuclear. And you enjoy
Indeed.
the rest of your night, and I'm gonna go try to get some shut eye.
You too, Fred.
All
Enjoy
right,
your
man. We'll
sleep.
see you later.
See ya.
All right, and that was Stefan Ardell. He was race leader up until the end, where you saw him kind of get turned sideways. And that's where we are gonna end it. And yeah, what an absolutely crazy race here at Iowa. Ran a little bit longer than normal because a couple green white checkers. And yeah, I think we will see you all next week for the first edition of some playoff racing. So y'all have a great rest of your evening. Have a great week. And next week, about 8 o'clock, we'll see y'all then.